Hello everyone, welcome back to Educational Hub. In today's video, I'll guide you through what an abstract really is, the essential elements it must include, and I'll walk you through a practical example. Toward the end, I'll also introduce AI tools that can help you craft a clear and concise abstract within minutes. So let's get started. First, what exactly is an abstract? An abstract is a brief summary of your entire research study. It provides readers with a quick overview of why you conducted the study, how you carried it out, what you discovered, and why those findings are important. It is one of the most critical sections of your paper because journal editors, conference reviewers, and researchers often decide whether to read the full paper based on the abstract alone. Another important feature of an abstract is that it should stand independently. Even someone who does not read the full paper should be able to understand the purpose and outcome of your study just by reading the abstract. Typically, an abstract ranges between 150 to 250 words, although specific journals or conferences may set their own word limits. Always check the guidelines before you start writing. An effective abstract usually includes 5 key components. Now that we understand what an abstract is, let's discuss what information it should contain. Generally, an abstract mirrors the main sections of your research paper, but in a condensed format. To explain this clearly, let's consider an example based on the topic Impact of Training and Compensation on Youth Development and Career Growth. An effective abstract usually includes 5 key components. The first component is the introduction or background. This explains why your study is important. For example, in the contemporary global economy, characterized by rapid technological advancements, digital transformation, and increasing employment competition, youth development has emerged as a strategic priority for governments, educational institutions, and corporate organizations. Young individuals entering the workforce often face skill gaps, limited practical exposure, and uncertainty regarding career progression. Here, we establish why the study matters. The second component is the problem statement and objective. This section identifies the research gap and clarifies what your study aims to achieve. For instance, this study aims to examine the impact of structured training initiatives and compensation practices on youth development and career advancement. Specifically, it investigates how training opportunities and compensation satisfaction influence skill acquisition, job performance, work motivation, career commitment, and long-term professional progression among young employees. This clearly defines the issue and the purpose of the study. The third component is methodology. Here, you briefly describe how the research was conducted, focusing on the overall approach rather than detailed procedures. For example, a quantitative research design was employed to ensure objective measurement and analysis of the variables. Primary data were collected through structured questionnaires distributed to young professionals and recent graduates employed in public and private sector organizations. The study utilized statistical techniques, including descriptive statistics, correlation analysis, and multiple regression modeling to examine the strength and direction of relationships between training exposure, compensation satisfaction, and indicators of career growth. Notice that this gives a general overview without going into excessive detail. The fourth component is key findings. This highlights the most important results of your study. For example, the findings demonstrate a statistically significant positive relationship between participation in structured training programs and the development of technical expertise, soft skills, adaptability, and self-confidence. Furthermore, fair and performance-based compensation systems were found to significantly enhance job satisfaction, motivation levels, organizational commitment, and retention intentions. The combined effect of continuous training and equitable compensation substantially contributes to accelerated career growth and sustainable professional development among youth. These results directly address the research objective. The fifth and final component is the conclusion and implications. This explains the broader significance of your findings. For example, the study concludes that organizations prioritizing investment in comprehensive training programs and transparent compensation frameworks are more likely to cultivate a skilled, motivated, and career-oriented young workforce. Policymakers and employers are therefore encouraged to integrate structured learning pathways with competitive reward systems to promote long-term employability, productivity, and economic growth. It is important to keep conclusions realistic and evidence-based rather than exaggerated. In addition to the abstract, you are usually required to include 3 to 5 keywords. For this topic, suitable keywords might be youth development, employee training, compensation strategies, career growth, and job satisfaction. These keywords help others discover your research more easily. To make the writing process faster and more refined, you can use AI tools to improve clarity, enhance academic tone, increase fluency, and ensure technical precision. After drafting your abstract, you can also use AI detection and plagiarism checking tools to ensure originality and authenticity. If you follow these 5 components: background, problem statement and objective, methodology, results, and conclusion, you will naturally create a well-structured abstract within the standard word limit. If you found this guide helpful and want to learn how to write every section of a research paper step by step with practical examples and smart AI tools, stay connected with Educational Hub for more detailed academic support. Thank you for watching, and I wish you great success in your research journey ahead.